What's up, y'all? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today, man? You already should know how it go. It's your boy B back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about a few things. I have a whole outline today so that I don't get off track. And you guys know, of course, we're going to be talking about a lot of things that are going to get you money. That's my main goal, is to help people make money. But first thing I want to talk about is I just actually got off the phone with a friend of mine, and he invited me on this like church call, and it was like a retreat, but it was via Zoom. And I want to bring you guys something really quick because you guys know how much I love to give you guys insight on whether I have a meeting with a boss of a company or if I'm talking to an employee, right? We were talking and having a deep conversation about sacrifice. And the person that was on the call was telling everybody about how, you know, you need to be with your family and you shouldn't sacrifice being with your family for money. And I interjected. I smoothly interjected, not because I think that you should just say F your family and go get bread, but I interjected because I felt like the notion was to be broke, right? Be broke and have a family. It's not what we do, right? And I told them on that call, I said, listen, I don't know about you guys, but you can bring your children or your family or whoever is under you with you on your entrepreneur journey. You can teach them how to become an entrepreneur. Every kid in my life has a job, right? My son has a job. My daughter has a job. They all do something for me and for money. My son sells Oreos in school, 25 cents each Oreo. He comes up with all of these different unique plans and unique ideas. But it's all about understanding what you're sacrificing. It doesn't have to be time with your family, but it definitely is going to be time, especially if you're somebody that is trying to grow, build, and become the top 1% of your family, right? And actually embark on these journeys and goals. You're going to have to learn that you're going to have to do something different. You can't come home and kumbaya with your family all the time. You can't. Like, that's just a part of the gig, right? That's a part of being an entrepreneur and being a successful one is you work a lot. That's just what it is, okay? Like, prime example, I'm not in the bed right now cuddled up with my girl laying on her ass. I'm not right now sitting there watching YouTube with my girl and eating popcorn. No, I'm working, right? If you guys see behind me, these are all packages and stuff that I got to ship to people, right? These are like leftover packages that orders that just came in. But again, understand the difference. If you want to be successful, fuck what everybody else talking about when it comes to drop shipping and when it comes to all of that. The point of the matter is what are you going to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up drinking all the time and smoking all the time? And I got my weed heads that say, yo, smoking and don't do nothing bad to me and make me actually more efficient. I get it, right? There's nothing wrong with smoking. There's nothing wrong with drinking. But you do have to understand that sometimes you're not in a position to be spending bread on that right now, okay? I know a person, and I'm not going to say that person's name because that person's very, very close to me. I'm talking very close to me. But that person, all they do is buy bottles. But yet they ask me every single time they need gas to send them gas bread. It's differences, okay? What are you willing to sacrifice, all right? And that's the first thing I want to hit on because a lot of people want success, but they're not willing to sacrifice shit for it. All right, we're going 100% raw today. I'm cursing. I'm saying whatever the heck come to my mind just about, all right? Getting over a cold if my voice sounds a little weird, okay? All right, so let me put the, all right. First, we're going to talk about AirPod Maxes and clones, okay? I got that on my first list, okay? AirPod Maxes and clones. We're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about them. All right, so number one, I have had a bunch of questions about the AirPod Maxes, and the questions I've had about the clones is, one, why would I sell clones, Brandon, over replicas? Number one, clones are going to help you when it comes to keeping your store and keeping your account, whether it's on eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. I also have a question. Hey, Brandon, how do I get unbanned from Facebook Marketplace? All right, I'll talk about that in a second as well. But again, you want to make sure you're selling clones and not selling reps. It's two differences, okay? Now, these are actually my personal clones right here. These are personal clones that I use every time I go to the gym. And I use them, right? Like, this ain't for show, right? Like, I use them, right? I literally just came from the gym or came from the courts not too long ago. And I was with my kids. But regardless, guys, the point of the matter is these are the clones. You need to sell clones instead of selling reps. Reps get your account taken down. Clones will help you keep your account up. Now, if you don't know where to get clones, I can actually show you. But before I show you about the clones and where to get them, I want to actually let you know there's tremendous amounts of earning potential when it comes to selling the right product. A lot of you guys are selling the wrong ones because you're trying to get fast money. So here we go, okay? I go to wesply.com. That is my wholesale website. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the share. I appreciate you. I really, 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 really do. But again, you go ahead, you go to audio, you can see AirPod Max clones, AirPod Gen 2 clones. Now I get a lot of comments on YouTube of people saying, "Oh my God, you should be ashamed of yourself because you're selling fake headphones." Shut the hell up, okay? A lot of the people that's talking about I should be ashamed of myself are the same people that ain't making no money selling shit. They ain't selling nothing. And you know, sometimes I don't got time and sometimes I do, right? And I will tell you guys this. When it comes to selling clones, I'll sell clones over replicas any day, and I'll always sell generic headphones. That's like me being a TV manufacturer and you telling me, "Oh my God, you're selling fake TVs." Number one, if people want TVs, guess who's going to provide them? Me. If somebody wants their phone fixed and I got screens, but I get my screens cheaper than the person next door, I'm still selling them. See, the problem is when people, and this goes out to all of the people out there that think that selling generic or replicas or clone headphones is like a crime. It's not. It's not. And the interesting thing is a lot of you people done it. You guys have brought replicas or clones of something. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go to Walmart, when I go to Target, now if I find a Target brand that's cheaper, I go ahead and get the Target brand. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Instead of me going there and get the regular sugar that I usually get if I'm hurting that day, or if I don't want to spend that bread, I'm going to go ahead and get the Target brand or the Walmart brand. But it's like what happens is there's a stigma when it comes to replicas because people are selling them wrong, which gave them a bad rep. And people think that selling clones is the same as selling reps, and it's not. Okay? Selling clones, we don't sell clones like they are, we don't sell clones like clones are headphone or AirPods, okay? We sell clones like they're clones, okay? And I'm going to teach you guys how to list them today too, okay? Now, it's crazy because there's a lot of potential that a lot of people have, especially with eBay automation, and you guys are sleeping. There's a lot of people out there that could be making a lot of money, but you are not listing on eBay. And there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to list products that are right in front of them. What I'm going to show you right now is the step-by-step way to list, or a step-by-step process of listing these AirPods, okay? Now, mind you, I had to look this up and I found it, but this is from a person that does not any longer, I guess, sell on eBay. They doing whatever they doing, but I want to use this as an example. Okay. Yeah, I'll use this as an example. Okay. So, boom. All right. First of all, if you see this listing or TikTok, you guys can't see. Go on Hustler. Go to Hustler Taught Me on YouTube. Excuse me, and you guys can see my screen. But I'm listing these clones right here. Right. I'm listing these clones right here. Okay. And these clones right here, I have them as Max Gray Wireless Over-Ear Bluetooth headset. Why don't I have it as AirPod Max? Why don't I have it as Pod Max 36.2? Why do I have it as Max Gray Wireless Over-Ear Bluetooth headset? Because the main purpose is to not finesse buyers. contrary to all of the trolls and haters out there, when you're listing clones, it does not mean that you're listing clones to finesse people. Because if you go and you look on this listing, look at the description that we have. The description says Max Space Gray Wireless Over-Ear Headset. Parentheses. This is not AirPod Maxes. Brand new Bluetooth headphones. Please view our pictures. This is original packaging with no Apple logo. So I'm 100% transparent with people, right? Now let me tell you something. This person right here, right? They actually brought and paid us to put this listing up. They did not ship the headphones that we're selling because they sold way more than anticipated. The reason I'm bringing this up is imagine how many people are out there on eBay that are not actually cut for this business, but trying. The reason I mention that is because you can take advantage if you're somebody out there that's actually really trying to grind, hustle, and get to this bread. Because these clones make money. You can start out with $45, right? Now, number one, how much do you get them for? Let's break that down real quick. So, wesply.com. The link is in my bio to all of my TikTokers or people on TikTok. You can get 1, 6, or 12, right? So, let's say you get 12, right? If you get 12, that's the best value, obviously. You pay $319.12. A lot of people are scared to pay this. Now, and I'm talking about the baseline of resellers, like the people that are starting out. If I was to tell you, yo, bro, listen, all you got to do is go ahead and invest $319.12, you'll be scared. Because you worked hard for that money. What if I told you that when you invest in products, instead of being scared, you should use that fear that you have to actually capitalize on the potential sales you can make? See, a wake-up call is the fear of spending $319.12 on headphones. That fear will never go away. No matter if you have $1,000 in your bank account or 10. Fear is not going to go away. You're still going to be like, yo, am I making this bread back? Right? So when you look at it like, and this is dead ass somebody that has been in the reselling game for a while telling you how he feels investing, right? I'll give you guys a really good example. These Wish wipes, okay? These Wish wipes. I'll tell you a story. Why do I have a bunch of Wish stuff right here, right? Let me go full camera for YouTube real quick. Why do I got a whole bunch of Wish stuff, right? A whole bunch of Wish stuff, okay? Now, have you ever heard of Wish? I haven't. Have you ever heard of Wish? I have not, okay? I have not. But I invested. I brought about 82 pallets of these, okay? These are hand sanitizing wipes. And the reason I brought these was because I'm going to sell them. But when I brought them, I was scared as a motherfucker. And I'm still scared. But I see that they sell for way more than I brought. So what did I do? I took that leap. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't got the money to take that leap. But I took that leap. Because, see, a lot of people, they're like, oh, yeah, you got a little bit of money, so it don't matter. Nah, bro. Because I got rent to pay. I got a mortgage to pay on one of my properties. I have car notes to pay, insurance to pay. I got a trip to Colombia coming up. I got a trip to Jamaica coming up. Tulum coming up. What else? My daughter's going on the whole trip. I got to pay for that stuff. Graduation's coming up. Got to pay for that. Got to pay employees. Do you think I got money just to sit there and just give away? Plus, I got a whole bunch of bread on hold in China. Y'all think I got bread just to go away? Absolutely not. But why do I invest? Why do I invest? I invest because I had realized that when my money stops moving, so does my profit. So, see, you have to start understanding, right? Like, a lot of people are scared to invest. A lot of people are scared to invest. And I don't blame anybody, but I do say this. If you're somebody that won't spend $319.12 on headphones that will make you $50 each, then you have to start understanding maybe, just maybe, not 100%, but just maybe it ain't cut out for you. Because when it comes to making bread and when it comes to actually flipping your money, you got to actually spend it. And you get what you really get what you put in. And it took me a long time to realize this because I was buying small, cheap shit. I'm going to tell you the truth. I used to buy some small, cheap crap, bro. Like, when I say small and cheap, I'm talking small and cheap, okay? I used to buy small and cheap all the time. And when I did it, I thought that I was going to be putting myself in a late night live. I'm going live on YouTube. I mean, on Instagram, too. I'm tired as a motherfucker, but we got to get to work, man. But look, I brought a bunch of cheap stuff, and I thought that I was good. But what ended up happening was, and I'll never forget this, it's my first store. I brought a bunch of cheap stuff, and I was happy because my store was filled. So what ended up happening to me was I brought a store. But when I first got my first store, I didn't realize how much money it actually took to fill the store. Because I brought the slate wall, which was like $40 per like, I forget the measurements, but it was like $40 each little wall thing. And I had a pretty decent sized store. I didn't realize how much bread it would cost for me to actually fill that thing, for people to actually walk in the store and be like, oh, you got something, right? Long story short, it cost me like $6K. So I decided I'm about to just go ahead and buy the generic stuff from AliExpress. So I did. And I brought it. And I was happy because I felt like I didn't put a lot out. But I felt like I was going to get a lot back. So people started to come in. People started to buy stuff. But I swear to goodness, people started to return stuff way more than I felt like they was buying. It was so bad, I had to double check to make sure the product they was sending to me or giving back to me was mine. And it was that bad because I was so scared to invest in myself. And I'm not telling y'all to spend money with me. I won't say I don't care, you know what I mean? Because I am a hustler, so let's make that clear. But it's more so like, if you're in the position to actually start that business you want to start, stop saving your bread because you're wasting your time. Because when you save money, you lose money. When money stops moving and it's just standing there, that's how I think of money, like a real live person. So when your money is just sitting there, you're not making any profit. Any profit. Okay? So this $319.12, you don't have to spend that on the headphones. You can get it for lower. You can get 6 instead of 12. But the point I'm making is that $319.12, right, that you would spend on AirPod Max Clone. So you would spend on these, right? Hypothetically. This is just a hypothetical, right? So I just showed you guys a listing, and that listing has 32 views in like the last 24 hours. It sells really, really well. It just happened that one of the people on eBay that hired us to help them sell them won't ship them. And we can't ship them from our inventory because they actually spent the money for them. But they probably sold out and didn't want to reinvest. So what happens is that $319, wait. Let me double check because $319. That $319.12, that turns, if we're selling each of them at $50, that turns into $600, right? So what happens with the regular person that doesn't have a reselling mindset is they start to think to themselves, okay, well, what if I don't sell it? Like, what if I don't make the money? Like, what if nobody buys it? So let me ask you guys this. Everybody watching, okay? We on Instagram, we on TikTok, and we on YouTube. If nobody buys a product from you, What do you do? See, this is the conversation a lot of resellers don't have with other resellers. A lot of people don't have these conversations because a lot of people don't know. If you don't sell a product, what happens? Do you just lose the money? Do you just sit on the inventory? I'm answering for you. No. What you do is you liquidate. So what that means is you sell it for a little bit less. But the point of the matter is when you know that the item is hot, it's going to sell. And that's why we get a lot of sales on these AirPod Max clones and also the Gen 2 clones, because the Gen 2 clones is even cheaper. But let's go to a profit margin calculator and actually break down what the profit margin is for this, right? Because making $600 is great, but we can make more. $50 ain't nothing. You feel me? So it costs us $319.12. And we're going to be making, we're going to be selling it for $50. No, shoot. I'm tripping. Let me actually do it large. I'm going to do it like this. $319.12 divided by 12. I just want to break it down. So $26.59. $26.59. All right. So at a 46.8% profit margin. Now, this is a high behind profit margin. So that's good, right? So you profit $23.41 per headphone. Now, why is that important? It's important because eventually what you want to do is, and let's make this clear. You always want to make enough money to be able to put back into. So when you see this $23.41 is profit, that's not necessarily true. It's profit only because you're going to put the remaining of the 50 that you get back into what? Into the product. Ding, ding, ding. That's how you don't go broke as a reseller. See, what nobody told me is as a reseller, you don't spend the bread that you make when you sell a product. As a reseller, you don't just spend the money because you got it from a sale. See, a lot of people that sell products, what they do is they'll just spend the bread. And when you spend the money, you're literally blowing away your assets because the money is not meant to be spent until you can buy it at least 3 times. And what I mean is buy the product at least 3 times. Stack your bread to put your bread back out. The way I like to look at money is money as an employee. Money comes to me, and then I put it to work. If money does not work for me, then it's useless. If I have the money just sitting in my account, that money is not doing anything for me. It's doing something for the bank. Because the bank, best believe, is using your bread. 100%. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right. And I wanted to just go over that in a little, a little segment because I feel like it's very important for us to realize that actually investing is a important asset to have as a reseller because you stop worrying about that fear that you have and start realizing that fear will never go away. It's just something that you should actually use to make sure you busting your ass to sell. Why y'all think I'm live right now? I'm tired as a motherfucker. Why you think I'm live? Because I'm scared. I'm scared that my business will fail. So I got to go live. I got to make sure I'm putting out content. Why do you guys think that I put out content so consistently? Why do you guys think that I put out content even when nobody watches? Why? Because before I worry about how other people perceive me, I worry about how I could potentially fail. Before I worry about my views or before I worry about how many people like the video, I know for a fact that me being consistent is way more important. Not because of the platform, not because of the money from videos, but because consistency breeds results for me. It keeps me up. It keeps me working. It keeps me warm. It keeps me going. It keeps me moving. That's why. So when you see somebody being consistent, understand that that's just because they know business. See, before anything online, I was already hustling. I was already consistent. So why should I stop? Okay, so that's the reason. The fear ain't going to go away, okay, guys? So I want you guys to understand that. The fear will not go away. All right? Another thing I want to do, we're going to go ahead and talk about our guides because we actually had a really good sales day for the 5K phone flipping guide. I have a total of, I think it was like 11. I thought it was 17 at first, but it's not. It's like 11 people have actually brought the 5K phone flipping blueprint from hustlertaughtme.com. And what that basically teaches you is how to flip phones. Okay, it's a guide. It's just a dang, we sold, no way. Wow, I gotta get more put back up. But it's literally just a guide that you go to and you can learn step by step how to flip phones. But let me tell y'all something about our guides, because a few people didn't believe me when I said it. Our guides at hustlertaughtme.com don't just come with PDFs. They don't just come with PDFs. They don't just come with you staring at the screen watching me talk. Okay? What it is when you go ahead and you actually invest in a prime example, the 5K phone flipping guide, blueprint, what we do is in return, we make sure that we give you a free one-on-one call with me. And the reason is, like I've been telling you guys, is no product on my website is valuable without me. I am the product. And I am the product because the information inside all of these guides I wrote, I handcraft, I put together. But what happens when things are updated? What happens when phone flipping this week is not like phone flipping next week or last week, right? What happens when you see that, oh, well, in this video you said use SIG-W to unlock AT&T phones, but what happens when SIG-W doesn't unlock AT&T phones no more? You feel me? So that's why what we do is we make sure that we hold you guys a promise. And every time you purchase something from us, we are going to make sure it is connected to a connection. Okay? And I'm very proud of that. Because, see, if I'm being honest, a lot of people, what they like to do is sell digital products because they think that selling a digital product means they don't have to do no work. That's why. Okay? And they don't want to do no work. They rather just give you some bull crap that they put together with ChatGPT or put together on Canva or whatever and not actually give you no substance, right? We don't do that, all right? So what we help with, flip your first phone, okay? But you don't have to flip your first phone. And speaking of that, guys, shout out to my guy Kush, who actually flipped all of the phones that he needed to flip. We had an issue. He's a student that joined the community. If you don't know about the community, I'm plugging the community. I'm plugging everything in. Join the community. You feel me? Join the community. The community actually should be right under this video. Let me make sure that they put that thing right below the video real quick. You feel me? Let me make sure that they did that real quick. Can you hold up now? Let me make sure. Let me like that video. Shout out to the person that liked the video. Shout out to you. All right. Right here. Yes, they did do it. This is our community, okay? Now, I want to go back to the link. I don't want y'all to see inside the community yet, but this link right here is how you get into the community. You get into the community, and let me show y'all what to do, okay? The community is a community that pays you, right? I give you $25 when you first get on this community to actually go ahead and buy wholesale products. Now, the benefit of that, again, is when you get to buy these products, you are making money literally work for you. I'm not giving you no bread for you to just sit there and use the products. No, I'm giving you bread so you can go ahead and buy the products. Buy whatever you want. Test whatever you want. Those type of things are beneficial. But also those type of things are things that companies, communities, all of these people that are ranting and raving about, hey, I make $1 billion making ebooks on Canva. You're not getting that. You're not getting nobody that's actually giving you substance. And the reason is because there's very, very few people out here actually doing what they say. Because it's hard. Like let's make this very clear. Being an entrepreneur ain't easy. That shit is hard. Okay? It's depressing, hard, and lonely, and tiring, scary, right? Scary. Okay? Because a lot of people, prime example, some guy hit me up today on YouTube, and he commented on my video, and he basically was saying, stop being cocky. I don't know who's cocky, because I'm not cocky, but he said, stop being cocky. So I said, bro, I hope things get better for you. And he said, things are great for me, but I'm just telling you to stop being cocky. I said, well, bro, I appreciate you. And again, I hope that all is well with you. And then he says, man, I hope all is well with you too. You probably faking. You thought I didn't know, right? And I'm like, well, it's interesting this person said that, because for you to think that what I'm doing is faking is, I'm not going to curse. This might be clipped. I'm going to clip this. It's crazy. Because everything I got is physical. Nothing that I got is digital. Right? So my warehouse, physical. My phone stores in Philadelphia, physical. Right? Yeah. Once you hire people, it get easy. That's not always true. Because when you hire people, right? You hire somebody, but now you got a mouth to feed. You got a paycheck to cut. While they outsourcing, people require more work when you aren't doing the work yourself. So prime example, if I outsource for somebody to sit in my store, right? They'll sit in my store, but now I got to worry, okay, I got all of these phones and assets around them. Are they going to steal them from me? Are they going to have people come in and fake like they're buying it and just ring them out? Are they going to utilize the coupon system and basically steal from me? Or, hey, what's going to happen to these employees that now are in my store and everything is good, but they go on Indeed and they find a store that's paying more, and then they want to leave, and now they don't show up to work. You got to run up the ads. It's crazy work. No, I don't believe you got to run up the ads. I believe what you got to do is consistently make the right system that executes. When it comes to ads are good when you have a system and when you execute and you can show that you can execute yourself. But I think, I am an advocate for no ads. Facebook ads, for real, bro. I get it. Facebook ads, they work sometimes, especially with like wireless stores. But Facebook ads, I don't like to push them because they don't work for everybody. And I think a lot of people push the narrative of Facebook ads because they don't know how to sell, right? Not saying you don't know how to sell, but I'm saying a lot of people, a lot of students I get on the phone with, they like, yeah, bro, I did this Facebook ad campaign and I didn't make any money, so I'm just so done. I quit. But it's like, bro, you did a Facebook ad campaign, but you ain't really figure out how you going to close leads. Like, you don't know the 4 factors of impulse. You don't know the law of averages. You don't know how to sell. You don't know how to talk. You don't even know how to talk to a customer. You don't even know how to pitch. You don't even know how to sell yourself. You don't even know how to sell your service. You don't even know how to sell a product, but you want to be a reseller. Well, bro, I thought all I got to do is just list it online. See, that's the difference. It's when you understand how to actually sell and how to actually attract, inform, and be able to decipher how to override objections, you become a lethal force, especially when you're reselling. But if you're somebody that's just trying to use Facebook ads, you're dumb. I've been making a killing with Facebook ads for months. That's great. But again, I think the rhetoric of Facebook ads to people is bullshit. I think a lot of people try and push Facebook ads, again, because they don't know how to sell. I think a lot of people push Facebook ads because they want to follow and they don't understand business. Because business is not about Facebook ads. Because I'll be damned, you said you've been killing Facebook ads for months. And this is not a shout out to you. And I'm not calling you out, right? Because I'm sure you're making money and great. But the person that's making money with Facebook ads, what you going to do when Facebook ads ain't working for you no more? Or Facebook ads goes away. What's going to happen? Oh, well, Facebook ads will never go away. I got you. But what happens when something tragic happens and you don't have a budget to run the Facebook ads? You become other people. No, Google ads is legitimate. $7K a month is not a dumb money. I get you. If you say so, $7K a month isn't reasonable money. I think that, again, if you're, and I don't know you or what you sell, but just judging on what you're saying, you sound like one of them people that go inside my Discord and be like, oh my God, I just made $250K with my dropshipping store. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, you capping. I'm not talking about you again, not you. But I'm saying, I get the Facebook and Google ads. You're right. But again, I don't teach that. I don't teach people to do and use ads. I teach people how to use their mouth. I teach people how to use their hustle, because if you're using ads and you're not up 5 figures monthly by yourself, you're not going to be sustainable at all. Again, I'm going to stop responding because it's just I'll just keep responding, but I've been doing it for years. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Even if you are doing it for years, right? And you said 7K is small money. 17K isn't small money, but 17K using Facebook ads or using Google ads is concerning. Not like with you, but I'm saying like for a company like my company, right? If I make 17K with Facebook ads or with Google ads, I would be scared. Because a lot of my money would then, in my mind, I'll be putting a lot more of my bread in there, because I'm like, well, let me duplicate the ads. I mean, let me duplicate the results that the ads are bringing me. You know what I mean? But again, when it comes to ads, I don't recommend ads for new people. But people that have been doing it for years, like you, absolutely. You 100% right. Because it's like you need to outsource. Because now you run those ads, now you can work on something else. But when it comes to like eBay, prime example, eBay is a great place for you to run promotions. Because unlike Facebook, eBay will take a split from your product instead of making you pay physical cash or making you pay money out of your own pocket. Why is that business model smart? It's smart because, and I'll actually pull it up for you guys. I'll give you guys a tip on what I do. I just give you guys what I do so you can do it today, so you can make bread, more money, right? So what I do is I'll legitimately list something that I know sells. Now, I have a sort of kind of like a hand up because I have a bunch of eBay accounts we work with daily. But right here, right? So this is the holy grail when it comes to eBay for me. Yeah, eBay do take long. You're right. eBay does take long. But when it comes to promoted listings, why would I choose eBay over Facebook to promote my listings, especially when I'm selling electronics, right? The reason is because when I think of promotions and I think about ads as a starter, right? Like not as somebody seasoned, I want to keep as much money as possible in my pocket before I spend it, as far as like with ads and marketing, right? Like if I'm a market, I want to be able to guarantee you're pushing me out to people that actually want my product or actually are decision makers. See, the problem is a lot of people push people to, or a lot of ads, push people to products. And if you don't know how to set that ad up correctly, which a lot of people don't because they don't do research, they want a guru to tell them, or they want to join a community where somebody's preaching Facebook ads, right? They're like not setting the ads up correctly, one, but two, they're trying to judge someone else's success. Like my man right here said he makes 7K on Instagram. He makes 7K using ads with iPhones. So if I'm just a beginner, I'm going to think, all right, bet, let me go ahead and put my little bit of bread up in there and let me do the same thing. But that's not how it works. He knows how to set up his ads. He knows his demographic. He knows where to sell. He knows where to set his ads up. He is a professional at setting up ads. But for people that want to start out, why would you spend even 10% of your money on ads that are going to not guarantee you a result? So what I tell people is use eBay. promote your listings because eBay takes splits from your products or from your sales. Now, the way I do it, and I'll just give you guys this tip, is I always start at 2%. Now, I only really promote listings for products I want to sell, right? So, AirPod Gen 2s, AirPod Max Clones, MagSafe wireless chargers, MagSafe battery packs. Those type of products, I'll go ahead and do it. Speakers, right? But products that I won't do it for, phone cases. I won't do it for chargers that much. Why don't I do it for those? Because I don't do it for those that have a bunch of variances and high traffic or high competition. And what I mean by high competition is sometimes, like prime example, if somebody tries to sell a phone on eBay, right? If you're trying to sell a phone on eBay and you use promotions, you already lost. Because even though you think that since you're doing promotions, your listing is going to be up front, if you're in the U.S., you may not have the best priced iPhone 16. Somebody in the Bahamas or somebody somewhere else may have a better price than you. So you promoting that listing, it probably will work, probably won't. I don't want no probablys. I want that shit to work. So that's why I do it with like products that don't have a bunch of variables. Because if I have a bunch of variances and different types and high competition, now you might be like, well, AirPod Max, there's a lot of competition, B. You're right. It's a lot of competition, but you're forgetting. I don't sell my AirPod Maxes as AirPod Maxes. I sell them as AirPod Max Clones, over-the-air wireless headphones or headsets. So when people see that, they're looking like, what the hell is he talking about? Why are they not AirPod Maxes? These aren't AirPod Maxes? No, they're not. So that's how we win. You know how Facebook ads work, bro. You want to scare people? I think Facebook ads. I just gotta read this again. Facebook ads work, bro. You want to scare people. I think it comes a time and a place for people to realize that some people are real and some people aren't. And some people also, and I'm not talking about you, but some people know how to get it from the ground and some people don't. Some people know what they give that's given, and some people know how to take, right? I'm a taker, I'm not a giver. So what I mean by that is I don't want handouts. I don't want help. I don't want to depend on something to make money. And I think when you say, am I trying to scare people? No, I'm just trying to teach people how to actually make bread on a consistent basis in an organic way where they're not depending on ads and ad campaigns, because a really good one is your whole ad profile can get suspended and restricted, which I know people that have had that happen. And then they start gurling and crying and asking me, hey, how do I get my Facebook unbanned? My God, they did it and I don't know why. My business is going in the flames, right? But that's because you're dependent on something to make bread. That's not a hustler. So while you're saying that I'm trying to scare people, I honestly just think you are ignorant at this point, to be honest. And that's just the real me talking. I think that, and that's just how I am, guys. Like, I don't really color code shit because I know not just business, and I also know I have room to learn in every situation. But when we start talking about fear and then someone talks about handouts, because that's what Facebook ads are. Facebook ads are great when you are somebody preparing and ready for leads. You're ready for leads, right? But when it comes to products, all of these fake ass influencers talking about phone flipping or talking about product reselling, talking about Facebook ads are a completely fucking cat. But you have some people that are manipulated into believing it, and then they spend all their money with idiots talking about, hey, let's drop ship. And all you need is this Facebook ad course. Buy my Facebook ad course and you're going to make $17K a month, right? And then what ends up happening is people do it and some people get results and some people don't. I think what the problem is, my friend, is you're not worried about the people that don't. And I understand it was just a question, but it was an ignorant question because I've already answered it. But you keep asking that question, and I just got to get a little bit more in depth on why. Because you said I'm not trying to scare people when I think that I'm doing the opposite. You feel me? And that's just me being 100% real with you. YouTube Universe taught me. I don't know who that is or what that is. But again, I'm sure somebody taught you. That's the scam. That's the scam. I think a lot of people, again, I just want you guys to learn the right way. You feel me? Don't depend on ads. Don't depend on anybody teaching you. Don't depend on none of that. I can't teach you shit. And I'm the first and realest person that will tell you this. Can't nobody online teach you how to make money. Nobody can teach anybody how to make money. You can show people how you make money and then they put it in their method or they try to put it and fit it in their system or life. But if I teach you how to do everything that I do in a day, you won't make the same money as me. There's no way, because I have different habits than you. I have a different life than you. I have different responsibilities than you. I have a different past than you. So the days where I slept under a car may be pushing me a little bit different than me, push you that you actually went through your trauma. The way that I do what I do is because of what I've been through. And I had to learn it as somebody trying to become, I wouldn't even say an influencer, but trying to project what I know onto others. And being a true leader is understanding that the true point of a leader is not to teach people. The point of a leader is to give people knowledge. And then the knowledge that you have, that you give them the option to take that and do what they please with it. Some people don't do shit with it. Some people don't do nothing with the knowledge. Some people do. But for us to get on this internet and watch a whole bunch of people that edit reels and create all of these short form contents and even long form contents and think that they're really focused on their business is fucking amazing to me. It's amazing to me because I run a whole 2 companies only, right? About to close one down and start something else, but I own these and I barely got time to answer my mom's text. But we talking about making money. I mean, again, do it the right way. Don't follow people that are trying to tell you that they're going to teach you something. Follow people that tell you, hey, here's some knowledge. Here's some knowledge that I've learned. And I'm not here to teach you how to be me, but I'm here to give you advice. That's the type of people you need to work with. I don't know if any of you guys know that, but you asked, what should people depend on? I like you. People should depend on their own hustle. People shouldn't depend on anything else. You shouldn't depend on iPhones. People shouldn't depend on flipping phones or reselling because all of that stuff could be gone out of your range or out of your control at any point. A lot of people fail to realize if you're reselling on eBay or reselling on Mercari, that can all be taken away from you. You don't own those platforms. If you're reselling on Amazon, you don't own that platform. That's why it's all about being multidimensional. It's not about having multiple income streams. It's really about being able to pivot and hustle in multiple ways because we live in a generation where you don't know what the hell is finna happen or who's about to take what from you or when you gonna get banned. Trust me, I know. And like I learned that selling physical, which a lot of people, especially online, right? they don't know how to sell or to start no damn real life store. They don't know what it takes to actually do that. But it taught me a lot, because owning your own store is not worth it. I'll tell you that, man. And I have 4. It's not worth it. You got to pay 4 times the rent. You got 4 people, 4 head counts in each store. So that's 4 people in each store that you have to monitor and make sure they're good. I 1099 my employees, so they're independent contractors, and it's hard, but it teaches you leadership, because everybody's different. Everybody wants something different. But I'm gonna tell you something. To whoever out there is looking to build and just make money and close that bridge, as far as if you consider yourself in poverty or you ain't making the money you want, bro, all you really have to do to make bread is hustle. That's why I call myself Educated Hustler, because I called myself Educated Hustler when it wasn't popular, when people thought hustle was bad. Like, people used to be like, Educated Hustler, what you about to do, rob me? Like, people used to feel like that name was like a negative, but I call myself that because I've been broke and had to bounce back. I done spent all my bread once I had my first 30K. I spent all of it taking some girl all around and stuff. I done did some dumb stuff, and I've always hustled it back. And phone flipping has been something that, I've mastered, obviously, but it's not something I depend on, because I've seen people that own T-Mobiles, Sprints, not any other company, but that has owned stores and franchises with them and have had bad experiences and great. But regardless, you don't own that brand. So you got to realize, as a entrepreneur, what you own and what you don't. And really the only thing that you own is the shit that you actually can control, which would be the physical products that you own, right? It would be the knowledge in your head. And most importantly, you don't even own your customers, but owning your brand. The way people think of your brand is important. Is he reliable? Is he somebody that is transparent? Will he just tell you to do Facebook ads? Does he care about putting fear in you? I think you gave me a really good insight on Instagram of asking me if I'm trying to scare people. Nah, further, how much for your buyers? Money is just an amount. Yeah, you speak, just DM me, bro. But the way you speak, you really you value money a lot. Like, you're like, money. Why? What you think? I think that you broke? Cause you said money is just an amount. I ain't say nothing was wrong with your bread, bro. Money is just an amount, but I sell a buyer. It's priceless, but I'm not gonna. I don't know what else you mean. All that stuff that I sell is out there, in the link in my bio. But yeah, money is just a number. Money ain't nothing, but it's all about what you invested in. That is true. But phone flipping, reselling, guys, just make sure that you do it right, because if you don't, you fucked. You're going to be one of them people that's like, oh my God, I'm banned on eBay. Well, bro, just, sell them a card. No, but eBay is holding all of my money. Bro, like, you got to learn how to pivot, because there's so many things that's trying to stop you, bro. Especially, like, I've learned that. It's so many roadblocks, bro. Like, and it's so stressful. But we all going to get through it, man. No matter what we doing or how we doing it, man. We all going to get through it. We have what it takes. Whether you're making a lot of money or making a little, I'm going to tell you one thing. What matters is that you woke up today and you grinded and you did what you had to do to get shit done. You feel me? So I'm about to go ahead and finally eat and go to bed so I can wake up early in the morning and do it all over again. But I wanted to tap in and come live with you guys just to spread some knowledge. And I really appreciate everybody. No, I'm about growth money. Oh, all right. That's what's up, broski. That's what's up. I like that mentality, man. I like that mentality. Hitting 80K a month, that would make you a very, very wealthy man. Hitting 80K a month would make you a very wealthy man. It would definitely be beautiful. I tell you that. Hitting 80K a month, that would make you almost a millionaire. And I'm just thinking, 80K a month, and you're saying phone flipping. If you're making 80K a month phone flipping, how many employees you got? Nah, I appreciate you, bro. I'm trying to get there, bro. I'm trying to get there. We gonna need a lot of employees to make 80K a month though, because we got to be a lot of places all at once. But anything is possible. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody. I really, really do. I appreciate everybody. Text me, man. Hit my jack, everybody. Go ahead and click the link in the bios. Join the community. The community is where I give you products every single month, of course. And I'm tired. I am tired. I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting to feel it. You're using AI? Oh, 4 in 3 different states. I'm using AI. Okay. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. I'm rooting for you, bro. DM me. Let's work, man. I got you, all right? You be safe. My guy, man. People will. I don't know, y'all. Like when I hear people talking about money a lot, it shows me you have an insecurity. You think that I only would mess with you or respect you if you have money, which shows me you don't. Because I don't respect people that have money. But most people that have money, they don't come to you and try to work with you asking about something you have. Like, before I get up, I'll tell y'all a secret. If you're ever trying to figure out if the person that wants to work with you is in a good point in their life financially, the person that works with you will tell you or show you how they'll benefit you way more than they'll ask you to benefit them. Because the point of the matter is, when you're building and you're growing with somebody, your main mindset should be, how can I add to this person's table so they need me so bad that they could never, ever afford to lose me? So like when I go into partnerships, I don't really only think about what that person can do for me. You know what I think about? I think about, what can I do for this person that nobody else can? Or what can I do for this person that will make this person be like, damn, I can't afford to let this person go. That's what I think. And it always pans out for me. But I used to just work with people and, not care about helping them. Oh, no. Not care about how they can help me. But, I don't know. I forgot to take my vitamins. But, all right, y'all. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.